Good Saturday morning, church. Good morning, church. Let me quote the great Dr. Myles Munroe really quickly. There's no place on earth wealthier than the grave. It's not university, it's not the bank or financial institution, and it's not even in how you do your everyday business and with whom you do it. The graveyard is the wealthiest place on earth because therein lies the untapped and unfulfilled dreams and potential of every soul that came to seed who they are and they never took the chance. So, listen, as I'm on my 31-day kick of elevation, I think that's very important to realize that we all know we only have one breath, one life, one consciousness. Well, in this span of knowing, anyway. And still, there are people that do not take risks. There are people that do not challenge themselves to grow and expand. Now, I don't know if you know much about the energy that I bring. I've always been like this, even as a child, even growing up in the hood. Like, I was always the one that was just trying to be ultra excited and just get people to be excited. So, I'm always going to take that route of, you could try to change it. You can try to change your circumstance, and even if you can't, because I have been in situations that have literally been rock against hard wall, you know what I mean, like where I literally can't move, then you have to elect to think higher about yourself. And when you conjure or create or calculate a formula in your mind processing, believe it or not, the functions of the universe, the mathematics of the universe are going to conspire, as Paulo Coelho told us in The Alchemist, to bring you what you want. And so you just have to be crafty about where you're putting your energy and your intentionality. This video has nothing to do with that. I just wanted to quote Dr. Myles Munroe because I think that it's significant to know that people will run their mouths about a lot of things, but what they won't do is run the limits on their potential. Okay? I haven't grown up in New York. I will tell you, at almost 40 years old, I'm sure that there are people that I have known, and I just know that there are people that, with New York being a top 5 international state or city or, destination for people to visit globally, there are people who are in the Bronx who never visited the Bronx Zoo. There are people who live in either Westchester County or an outskirts city or borough who have never been to Madison Square Garden. And that always kind of perplexed me. It's like you literally could just take the train an extra 2, 3 stops and you would be probably in a place that will help you expand and elevate your self concept. And people will do anything but try to level up. And I'm going to tell you, it's not on your academic pedigree, it's not on your just your social dynamic, why you choose to relate in your comfortability, but familiarity is a curse. I really believe that it is a spiritual complex and disease. And I just think that if you want to elevate, you don't have to ask anybody to go with you. That's something you have to do within yourself. Now, why I said all that, I don't know, but maybe you needed to hear it. But I did want to say, I woke up this morning. Okay, let's talk about it. Because I was brushing my teeth, rinse my face off or whatever. Yeah, I got a filter on right now because, older woman blotchiness. But I was like, God damn, like my face is really, really filling out. And I was like, why is that? Let me tell y'all something. For 2.5 weeks out of last month, I was eating either directly off the land, from the ground, off a tree, off a vine, or in the UK, they don't allow certain dyes that we make permissible here. And so I realized like my body might be easing back into inflammation because, I started working out again. But I don't know, that kind of made me a little unhappy because I was like, God damn, last week you could see my jawline and now this week not so much. So I just, I'm just like, honestly, y'all, I feel like I need to have a lifestyle that allows me to leave this country as frequently as I would like. And while I'm rebuilding my credit profile and all that, I don't have points to travel on. So, I don't have a sugar daddy or a sugar mama. So I don't, it really was a luxury for me, but it's definitely something that I want to continue to experience. And if you are like, girl, you are talking too, first of all, I'm not a girl, I'm a woman. But if you're like, sis, you are talking too much about this, I'm going to tell you something. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because I literally encountered a dream. Like I walked into the interface of a childhood dream. So much so, it seemed so far off that it might have seemed like a delusion. Okay? I walked in to a elevated paradigm and it was my manifested reality, and I am not okay. I am not okay. I am very much uncomfortable with how I have settled in my life and how I have allowed myself to be as dormant as I have. You know what I mean? This was the perfect confrontation for someone who has destitute thinking about themselves. And when you come into agreement, by even if it's by accident, with who you are supposed to be and the thoughts that you're supposed to curate for yourself, and then you come back to the reality of people that think they know you based off of circumstance, and they speak to you in the regard of how they think they know you, there's a problem. I've already come into contact, honestly, a tangible reality with my true self. I'm not okay. I am not okay. I am not okay. All of my life, people had called me bougie or Oreo because my nana raised me a certain way, even though I was in, you know what I mean? Like before she adopted me and took me out, I was in the hood. And even when I lived with her in the Bronx, it was the Bronx. But I would feel bad. And so I dimmed my light, you know what I mean? And so any type of thing that I wanted to experience, I did so by myself. I learned to stop asking people to come with me, or I would find other people that like to, do what I like to do and have those interests. But sometimes it doesn't feel the same when it's not people that you know what I mean, that you want to co create memories with. Because I just want to listen. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm not going to allow my plot of land at the end of my life to have and absorb all the nutrients, the riches from the potential of an untapped life, of an inexperienced, life, a glow of saying I got to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it. Now, the early parts of my life, they were a challenge. But now that I have access back to me, man, I'm disturbed, and I rightfully should be. I really should be. And so I'm encouraging you this morning to get in alignment with what makes you feel good, even if you don't have people around you that agree with your growth. Okay? And also, before I get off of here, Independence Day weekend, please help me get rid of these first shipments of this journal. I'm offering 25 minutes free session. I'm gifting it to those that buy these. I have 7 books left, 7 journals left. So if you order it by 3 a.m. Monday morning, so we'll just say midnight Sunday night, I will definitely gift you the session. And yeah, y'all, I just, mm, choose you.